First off, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah by Kakadash. We want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And it's sincere Salawam to the Akim out here that's doing again, pushing this work in truth and in sincerity. Okay? Title of this lesson, okay, or this video is honoring your mother and father can be rough, okay, under these curses. Okay, and you know, one of the top commandments, okay, in the Bible, okay, is to honor your mother and father, okay, and there are reasons why every one of us should honor our mother and father. Okay, first off, for your father. Your father, if you believe in this truth, you have the hope for elect, okay, then more than likely that means that your father is an Israelite, okay? So that's, that's if it wasn't for your father being an Israelite, you wouldn't be an Israelite yourself, okay? And then, your mother, had you, and gave birth to you, okay? Through those, it normally takes 9 months to get here, okay? But the fact is that, your mother and your father, okay, birthed you. Now, your mother don't have to be an Israelite, okay? So that's a whole total different scenario, okay? Because you got some people who believe in this truth, and their parents aren't, their mother isn't an Israelite, okay? So that could be rough, dealing with the curses, that are in the Bible, okay? To have a mother that may be an Edomite, that's rough, okay? To have a father that don't believe in this truth, okay, in itself, like, not to put the God business out there, but the guy Al-Azhar, okay, from Shikari. Father, so-called homo, and his mother is an Edomite. You know how rough that would be for someone to be, to honor their mother and father in that case. But this is the book of Exodus 20:12. It says, honor thy mother and thy father, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God gives thee. Okay? Now, for one, we're not in the land anymore that our Lord had given us. Okay? Our parents, most of them have gone off. Okay? And a lot of them haven't repented and aren't going to repent. Okay? From all for the things that they have done. Okay? But, to us, the individual that may have, those parents that we may have, we still supposed to show them respect, even if it's respecting them from a distance. Okay, and it could be rough, because we would want to love our parents to the best, that we could possibly we can. You want a fair shot in this world, but when you look at the conditions of the battle that we're facing, that's just one of the things that you may have to go through of a parent, according to Deuteronomy 28, and I'm gonna get that, okay, which is the curse, okay, that we will have to go through, okay, is a people, Okay, Deuteronomy 28 and 54, it says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. So in a lot of cases, how can you honor someone that wasn't there? Though he may be an Israelite, may have just dipped out on your life. Some parents end up being strung out on crack. It depending on what era you may have been in, been born in. Okay, some parents don't even care about their children whatsoever, especially the woman. The women don't care about their children. They don't care about trying to raise their child in a home where both the father and the mother is. Okay. And when you're growing up, in a lot of cases, if you have your mother there, you only hearing one side of the story. Okay. You don't get the why the father had left or what had happened. But just because the woman and you, the man and that woman aren't together, don't mean that father can't try to do something to, be a father. But sometimes that may not be the case. You may have a father that just don't care. Okay, that will deny you. Okay, but what do the scriptures say? Okay. That's still our parents, and this ain't no trying to seek your father, or trying to seek love from your parents, because the scriptures are the holy comforter at the end of the day. Okay, and we understand that though they may go off, and do some things that may hurt. At the end of the day, that we still have we still have a job to do, especially us as men. Okay, we still have a job to do. Okay, but let me see if I can get this. This is Exodus 21:17, and he that curses his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. Okay, you have some situations out here now, right? Whether it's the truth or not, but I've been seeing a lot of crazy stories of a father sleeping with, their son's daughter. Wife, woman that the son was dealing with. The father end up sleeping with them. How can you be in a situation like that and be loving, and honoring, but you're not supposed to curse your father and your mother. That's what the scriptures say, and that's a rough thing to a tough pill to probably swallow, for a lot of people. Okay. Proverbs 20:20. Whoso curses his father or mother, right? Seeing a lot of situations of a mother sleeping with their daughter's boyfriend. Okay, which that is a form of fornication. Okay, because the man isn't supposed to sleep with the mother and the father. The mother and the daughter. Okay, excuse me, saying words before, slipping with the tongue. Okay, but in those cases, it can be hard to try to honor someone. Okay, to respect someone, and that has done those things. Okay. High respect or great esteem. Okay. Adherence to what is right, or to this is the word honor. Adherence to what is right, or to a conventional standard of conduct. Okay, so even though they may do wickedness, still have to hold ourselves to a certain standard of conduct, okay? A certain standard of righteousness, you know, a code of ethics, morals, okay, having morality, okay, being noble, okay, and trying to prove that we're worthy of getting that salvation, okay? Now, when we go into we go forward, because I'm not just going to stop there. It says, so that, in Deuteronomy 28 and 55, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat. Okay? So you're going to have some of these parents out here that are going to be committing cannibalism. Okay? Because they just don't care about their children. Okay? And they only care about themselves. Okay? They're stingy, you know? And hey, the Lord will deal with them. Okay? Because they regardless of whatever, they still have to serve the Lord. Okay? If they're Israelites, they still have to serve the Lord regardless. Okay? It says, because he has nothing left him in the siege, okay, and in the straightness wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates. 56 verse. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom. Right? You got a lot of women that just, you know, care about getting money from out of God. They are children with this man, and you know, all they care about at the end of the day is, you know, that dollar bill. You know, don't care about the children, you know, whatsoever, you know, other than to try to keep them alive so that they can, you know, exploit them. Okay? And you may be one of those children, you know, like a lot of brothers, man. You'd be surprised, man, how much we all can relate to a lot of things that, you know, parents have done to us. Okay? But you may have to go through that, okay? You know, the woman, you know, on one side, this could be your own wife that has a evil eye towards the husband of her bosom, but it could also be your mother that may have been, you know, had an evil eye towards her husband, okay, which, you know, was your father, okay? Some of these men may have just been on some, oh yeah, that's a, you know, a little tight little thing and hoochie or whatever, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit that, you know, have them and treat them like a hoe. Okay, that's how some of these people out here get down. Okay, some of these men and some of these women, they only care about the money, man. Okay, so they never really came into it trying to make things work, especially for the child. Okay, it says, and toward her son and toward her daughter. And sometimes the parents, especially when it comes down to the woman, okay, because most of the times in this society, when it comes down to women, don't nobody hold the woman accountable in this world, okay? And when it comes down to the women, according to what the Bible say, it says all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman, okay? So what the women do, whether, you know, that's a wife or a mother or just in general, you know, the wickedness that a woman does, you know, is incomparable to anything. Okay, that's why in the book of Ecclesiastes 7 and 26, it says, and I find more bitter than death the woman. Okay. So all wickedness is but little to a woman. So when you got this scenario of a woman that's supposed to be a mother, okay, and she has a evil eye toward her son and toward her daughter. You know, in a lot of cases, for a lot of people growing up, you know, you may have had, you know, bills in your name before you were 18. You know, Shalom, Shalom. You may have had bills in your name before you were 17. You know, before you 18, before you was even working. You know, your mother just trying to put your father on child support. Okay, your mother stealing from you and looking at it like, well, I'm your mother. I can do whatever the hell I want to. Your father ain't there to help out with the situation. Nobody is there to correct the woman on her crazy behavior. Now, when you come into this truth, you got those type of situations going on, because this truth ain't for no mama's boys. Okay? Yahweh Shah, which is the author and the finisher of our faith, was not a mama's boy. Okay? But I'm going to continue on. It says, and toward her young one that comes out from between her feet. Right? Because a lot of these women that be pregnant, you hear all type of crazy things that the woman does when they pregnant. Okay? And like I said, nobody holds them accountable. You try to talk about, you know, what certain things that they do, and you have some people that will try to make excuses for them. Well, you don't know what they're going through when it comes down to a woman. But when it comes down to a man is held in a whole total different code of standards that the women aren't held to. You know, so when a woman is pregnant, be drinking, you know, going out partying, you know, having sex with, you know, all these other dudes that, you know, aren't the father, then guess what? It's backed up with all type of excuses, no type of accountability. Okay? So that's one of the things, that's one of the curses. It says, and toward her children was she so bare, right? Which is the abortions. Now, like I said earlier, our parents could have went through with the abortion. Could have probably even talked about getting an abortion. You know? But the fact is that we're here today and we're remaining because it's the spirit of the Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh, the Lord used them to bring us into this truth. Okay? And what the scripture say? Okay? This is Proverbs 20:20. It says, whoso curses his father or his mother, his lamp shall be put out in obscure darkness, because we have to hold ourselves into a certain standard. You know, we would hope that they would get it, but in a lot of cases, man, our parents, if we are of the elect, we may be our parents, man. Okay, in the kingdom, and having to, you know, when they come back in the kingdom, you know, they'll be our children. Okay, and be taught the right way. You know, because sometimes they probably weren't loved as children. Okay, so that can make it even rough too. You know, you got some people that weren't loved. You know, and you know, it makes it even more harder to try to love someone else when you don't even know what love is yourself. You know, you don't have a care whatsoever in your world. You wasn't raised on no code of ethics. You know, some of these parents, especially the women, you know, they get their children all up into these different religions, just send them off into to the church. You know, send them off to school. Don't even care whether they eat or not. You know, just send them off to school because they look at that like it's a daycare. Okay? Send them off to their grandmothers. Okay? To their grandparents. And the grandparents are raising them, and they barely know how to raise children. You know? They already did their time. So a lot of these parents don't really care about their children. You know? And we may be victims of that, but we can't be throwing up curses on our parents. We supposed to use that to our advantage. Okay? You see, the reason why I say that, okay, because this is the book of hold on, let's see. When we look at Yahweh Shah, okay, one of the in his reincarnations, okay, who was he? He was Adam, okay, Isaac, King Solomon, okay, and Melchizedek, okay, and Melchizedek, Shalom, Melchizedek didn't have a father or mother, okay, so that's what that means, using it to your advantage, okay. You don't curse your mother and your father out, okay, but this is with this truth, we're called like onto the order of Melchizedek, okay, because if we are the first fruits, okay, the elect are more than likely going to be one of those people that didn't have the elect when they made the world with Yahweh Shah with the elect. They created everything, okay. That's what I'm pretty much trying to explain. So they didn't have a father and mother, back then. So when they came on the earth, that's how the order kind of went, okay? Because it was that order that was up in the heavens, okay? So being the first fruits, it's kind of like the order of Melchizedek, okay? Being a priest after the order of Melchizedek, okay? So this is Hebrews. I'm gonna start at 5:1. It says, "For every high priest taken from among men is ordained for men in things pertaining to God." Okay, so everything if we are to be the priest of the Lord, right? Then that means that every dealing that we go through in our daily life, whether it's the parents, whether it's our children, whatever, okay, that we have to deal with it according to a godly mindset, okay. It says that he might offer both gifts and sacrifices for sins, okay. It says, who can have compassion on the ignorant and on them that are out of the way, for that he himself also is compassed with infirmity. Okay, and with going through certain things of the curses that increased our faith. Okay, if everything was perfect, what would you need faith for? Okay, the fact that we had messed up lifestyles in this world, especially out here in Baltimore, the poverty is a whole nother different topic of talking, and that's in different places. Okay, the crime rate, people being out for their self. There's a lot of grimy people out here in this world. Okay, so the fact that you have all this griminess going on, you have someone that may be going through that griminess, okay, and they'll end up being even more grimier than the next person. But somebody will go through that griminess, right, and they'll be like, no, I'm not with that. I'm not trying to be like that. I'm trying to be better, okay? So, we all have certain things that can be looked at as weaknesses, but that also it can be something that increases our faith. Okay? It says, and by reason hereof he ought as for the people, so also he offered, also for himself to offer for sins. Okay? King Solomon, he offered up sins. Well, he sinned. So Yahweh had, when he had offered up the sacrifices, he was doing that also from off of his past life. Okay? It says, and no man takes this honor unto himself, but he that is called of God, as was earned. Okay? So being a priest, okay, is not a position that you give yourself. That's a position that the Lord gives you. Okay? Especially a high priest. Okay? The elect will be like high priest. Okay? Especially in the kingdom. Chief priest. The high priest, right? This is from the blue letter, right? The high priest, these comprise, in addition to one holding the high priestly office, both those who had previously discharged it, and although disposed, continue to have great power in the state, as well as the members of the families which high priests were created, provided that they had much influence in public affairs. It says, used of Yahweh Shah, because by undergoing a bloody death, he offered himself as an expiatory sacrifice to Yahweh. Okay, and has entered into the heavenly sanctuary where he continually intercedes on our behalf. Okay, so the things that we're doing, right? Yahweh Shai came on the scene. He had a father and a mother. Okay, we know, when Yahweh Shai's mother was asking him, asking to see him, he said, "Who are my mother and my brothers?" Okay, but those that do the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay, said the same as my mother, my brother. Okay, my sister. Okay, those are the ones who are considered your real family. Okay, and a lot of us, we all went through stuff that's in the world, that some of us may be dealing with. Okay, but it's also to get us to get the hell up out of here. Okay, but to have the 144,000, it's gonna be like high priest, man. Okay, in the kingdom. Okay, and that it starts with us making everything in this world right now a sacrifice. Okay, first off, what did the Lord say? Okay, what did the Lord say? Okay, this is Luke 14:26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. So everything that I'm saying in this lesson, okay, is from off of a disciplinary mindset. Okay, which it can be rough. It can be rough dealing with these curses, man. But this is all business and not personal. Okay, because we trying to get that kingdom. Okay, and it says, whosoever does not bear up his cross, those afflictions that we go through, okay, and come after me, cannot be my disciple. Okay. So it says, back in Hebrews 5:5, it says, so also Yahweh Shah glorified not himself to be made an high priest, but he that said unto him, thou art my son, today have I begotten thee. Okay, and it says, we trying to be the sons of God. Okay, from the works that we're doing. Okay, as he said also in another place, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. Okay, so Melchizedek didn't have a a father or a mother, okay, when he was on the scene, okay. Yahweh Shai, even though he, you know, may have had, you know, mother and father, like a lot of us do. We have mother and fathers, you know. In this spirit, you know, we offering up our everything in this world as a sacrifice, and everything at the end of the day is supposed to increase our faith. You know, our parents, we honor them. If something was to happen to them, we try to, you know, you know, bury them if they passed away. You know, but this is you know a thing of honor, you know, for ourselves, and even though that they might not get it, you know, they will get it. They are Israelites, even though that they may be our enemies. You know, your parent can be an enemy according to the gospel, you know, kick you out the house and all type of stuff for this truth. That could be something that a lot of guys have to deal with. Or this your mother disowning you because you in his faith, your father disowning you. Well, that wasn't how I raised you. You know, try to raise you with some sense. That could be rough. Okay, but we have something that we are trying to do. It can get real rougher than that. Just them doing some crazy stuff to you. As I said, they be sleeping with, you know, their children's, you know, partners, all type of crazy stuff, man. Okay. But for us, that's up to hopeful elect, we're above that. Okay? A lot of people in this world, they have this world, so they're gonna think worldly. Okay? There are a lot of them, some of them, they'll even say, oh, love you. They love that. I just had somebody, I love my mother unconditionally. No matter what they do, they can never do wrong in some of these people's eyes, but you may have to just push them away, stop dealing with them, and just focus on this truth. Okay? Love those people from a distance. You know, a lot of your family members and friends, grandmothers and all those, they could be up to 2/3, even your mother and your father. Love them from a distance and just keep it at that. Okay? Don't throw up no curse on them, you know, because that's you showing that you don't have the understanding. Okay? So with that, you know, Lord willing is edifying. Okay? I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadas, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Salawam and Thawada for tuning in.